What's going up, everybody? It is Chini the Great back for another update video. So, last time I had just started chapter 5, now I am on chapter 7. As of now, I have plans for this to be a 9-chapter novel. Within a week or two, I should have a basis for this novel finished. So I'll have the skeleton written out, and then I can just go back and fill it out, edit it, and that's going to take a really long time, but I'm feeling really good. I'm so close to getting this basis of the novel done. But something I've struggled with over the last couple of weeks is writer's block. So I'm sure you guys have heard the term writer's block, and it's just not being able to put your ideas on paper. One thing to fix writer's block is to, believe it or not, write. Just get something down on the paper, anything on the paper, or on the screen, or whatever you're writing on. Writer's block happens in between ideas. So you have great ideas for what you want in your novel, or your story, or your poem, or whatever. But you reach a point where you're not exactly sure what you want to put in it. So you just end up staring at your screen or at your page for an hour, twiddling your thumbs. That's what writer's block is. So what I do when I have writer's block, and what I think most people should do, is honestly just write. Write anything down. And it could be something you completely hate from the start and you know will not go in your finished piece. It can help lead to ideas that will end up being in your final piece. So just put an idea on the page. And if you don't like it, you can edit it out later. But it will give you an idea. It will give you a place to start. And then from there you can keep writing until the idea that you want comes to you and you can figure out something to do. And then you filled in that gap of things that you don't know what to do with, and then you can move on to the next idea that you have an idea of. This is how you prevent writer's block. Honestly, just write anything down and it will give you an idea of where to go from there. I think something similar can be applied to life. I know myself and tons of other people have struggled with just being blocked in life, like mentally blocked when it comes to living life. You have ideas of what you want to accomplish or what you want to do with your life, but you're not out there doing it. So I think the same thing could be applied. Just go out and do something. I think people get so overwhelmed with choices of what to do or projects that they want to do, goals that they have that they want to accomplish. They have so many, it's hard to organize and keep straight, so they just do nothing at all. They don't pick one. So just pick an idea, pick one goal you want to accomplish, one thing you want to do, one thing you want to start doing, an activity, a job, a hobby, anything that you want to do. And just start doing it, even if it's little tiny steps. For example, I want to write a novel, I want to be a writer. This is what I want to do for my career. It all started with just getting the idea of a story. And that sounds so small and maybe meaningless to some people, but that idea has turned into almost a full skeleton of a novel so far. And once I keep editing and keep fixing it, it will turn into a novel. That idea will turn into a finished product. Another thing I want to do is start screen printing or working on my art. Some of you may not know this, but I love art. I love to draw. I've been doing it literally my whole life. As far as I can remember, when I was able to hold a utensil in my hand, a crayon or a pencil, anything, I've been drawing my whole life. What I love doing most is drawing, but I'm not that great at painting. I took one painting class and I can honestly say I was terrible. But you know what? I did it and I had fun, and now I have supplies to get better. So I don't know if you could see that and that right there. Those are, and the one behind it right there. Those are a couple of my paintings that I did in that class, and they're pretty awful. I'm not gonna lie. The one I have hanging up is my best one, which is why it's hanging up. So I have this idea that I want to continue art and explore new means of art. I want to start screen printing or painting, or making any kind of prints, pretty much. That's what I've really been getting into. I've been researching it a lot and taking a big interest in it. So one thing to start that accomplishment or to start that hobby for me is making a studio. So what I'm going to do today, after I film this and edit this, I'm going to go into the garage of the house I live in right now, which is my mother's house, and clean up a section and make a studio out of it. There's already a table there, so all I have to do is clean it up because it's a garage, so it's pretty disgusting. And I can start my art. I just keep my supplies down there and set up an easel, and there you go. That's a hobby started. So any goal that you have, start with the idea. Figure out if you have so many things that you want to do. You want to make videos, you want to make music, you have different ideas of videos that you want to make, skit videos, sesh videos, inspirational videos. Pick an idea, and that's the first step. Figuring out the idea that you want to do. Make a decision. Pick one, and then go for it. All these people that you see that you're jealous of, I want to be like them, I want to make videos like them, I want to make music like them, I want to be able to paint like them or write like them. They didn't do it by sitting around thinking about becoming writers or musicians. They started it, they created, and they made something, and they got better at it with practice. So all you have to do is make a decision and then go for it. Whether it be getting the supplies necessary to do what you need, or even something as small as getting past the mental block in your head that I cannot do this. Once you get past that, you can do anything. It might be hard, you might have to work for it, whatever you want to do might have really expensive supplies that you need. Work towards that, save up, and that could be the first step, just saving money, and then getting the supplies, and then trying it out. You might suck at whatever you're trying to do the first time, but if you keep practicing and keep practicing, you'll get better and you'll learn more. And if it's something you really love doing, it'll never be a waste to you. I've gotten so much criticism for my writing, and that's something all writers go through. And some people get really discouraged by it. They take it really personally that someone doesn't like their story or their poem or whatever it is. And luckily, I wrote a little on my own, but the first writing class that I ever took, the professor was an asshole. Just a complete jerk. He was known for just being so rude, unnecessarily rude. And I find that lucky for me that I took him as my first writing professor, because it helped me form a tough skin. If someone says they don't like my story or they give me criticism for it, if they have helpful criticism, then I'm able to pull that out and use it to my advantage instead of feeling sorry for myself or being hurt. So you might get criticism for your ideas or the hobbies that you want or whatever you're going for. There's always going to be someone who has something bad to say about what you're doing or what you're creating or what you're writing, but you just let it go. As long as you're progressing and you're doing what you love to do, it shouldn't bother you. Go out and make the first step to accomplishing something or starting something that you've been thinking about. In the comments below, tell me your goal or your hobby that you've been thinking about, and tell me the first step that you will take today. So I'm gonna sign off here, and I'm gonna go clean up my mom's garage so I can make a studio. And of course, as always, I'm going to continue writing. So those things are what I'm doing to create my goals. So go out and make your goals livable. As always, stay motivated, stay inspired, and stay happy. See you guys.